Hello and good morning, Blue Jays fans, and welcome to Jays Latest. I am your host, Craig Borden, and we're here to talk all things Toronto Blue Jays, and we got some doozies to talk about today. So why don't we just dive up into this one, step up to the plate, and see if we can rip it. So I don't know if you've heard, but we got some weird stuff going on, and a lot of Blue Jays fans are starting to wonder and speculate what this actually means for the Toronto Blue Jays, because this one is an odd one. And not sure if you've seen this or not, but the Blue Jays have outrighted. I've only ever heard this happening one other time, in the fashion that it's happened, because usually when you hear the term outrighted or DFA'd, any of these kind of things, the player is not part of the organization anymore. However, this happened because of service time with Yariel Rodriguez. Rod is still part of the Blue Jays organization, regardless of the fact that he has been outrighted and assigned to Buffalo. He is now in AAA. He's not on the 40-man roster. He is going to have to show up and prove that he is worthy of having a job with the Blue Jays come spring training. So he will be at spring training for the Blue Jays unless something happens between now and then to be traded. So why in the world would we be doing this to one of our better pitchers in our bullpen would be the bigger question. He has been much improved after a season where he was exactly at replacement level. This past season, Rod got into 73 innings, had a 3-2 record with a 3.08 ERA and a 1.15 WHIP. That is very impressive for somebody that jumped from a 4.5 ERA the year before and almost about the same amount of innings. So what is going on? What's different, and why did this happen? Because it doesn't seem to make a lot of chance and percent changes and all that kind of good stuff. It seems like this has to be the first of something. Um, he was projected to be another 70 inning guy this year and just keep moving. So as the Blue Jays and their management and everybody go to the winter meetings starting tomorrow, Monday, the 8th, um, there has to be something close, or there has to be something brewing. Otherwise, why clear out the 40-man spot? Or was this just a chance to steal somebody that they are looking for in the Rule 5 draft that would be this week? Because that would be another piece to this, too. It could be they're really close to signing somebody, and this was the predecessory move to clear up 40-man roster space. Maybe there's a big trade coming. I don't know. It just seems very, very odd because I believe they already had some 40-man roster room. So in the midst of that, you don't technically have Bo Bichette on the 40-man roster right now because he hasn't signed with the team. There had to have been some room for everybody to be able to just, oh yeah, we got to add a couple guys. Here you go. They must have somebody they're targeting, and it's either through the Rule 5 draft, free agency, or trade. Those are the avenues that are available for the Blue Jays right now. They have been very, very closely linked to Edwin Diaz. So was this a predecessory move, like I said, to swipe him into this bullpen, and then it's already cleared up, and then you just let the gang beat up everybody in the spring training and see if Rod rises to the top? It could be that simple. Um, yeah, they had 38 players before this on the 40-man roster, and that was while obviously adding Cody Ponce and Dylan Cease officially over the last week. So very, very odd. Don't really understand this one until we see what happens next, because it basically outrighted and what cleared waivers within like 5 minutes because of service time, and the Blue Jays clear up a 40-man roster spot with you know out losing a giant monster out of their bullpen like Rod. So yeah, we'll find out, I guess, hopefully here in the next couple of days. And I forgot to do my slides. So in the midst of this, okay, we're gonna just keep going like this. So what's next for the Blue Jays? It has to be this whole thing during the winter meetings. Do they sign Bo Bichette? Do they do this? All this kind of things. It seems like they're gonna go gun ho at the winter meetings here. Is what is going on. Otherwise, why in the world would you make some of these moves? As that kind of thing goes, it just doesn't make a ton of sense, like I said. So they have to be sitting there right on the periphery of something. It could even be signing Bo Bichette. It really could be a bunch of things. So we got to find out in the next couple of days here what's going on. And I think that is going to be the bombshell that we are assuming it's going to be, because otherwise, why would all the secrecy and crazy stuff be going on? on that next moment, Kazuma Akamoto is a free agent from the Japanese Baseball League, as we have talked about on this show a few different times. Akamoto has been linked in monster home runs. He's 277 career home runs in his time in the Japanese Baseball League, and is expected to make some decent bank this offseason from a Major League Baseball team. The first base, third baseman is going to be finding a home. It's just a matter of time. He hits too hard. The rumor is, though, he has trouble catching up to the fastball. That is where my concern is, but apparently the Blue Jays are still knocking on the door for him to potentially play third base. So there's another one that I'm assuming in the wonderful fun that is the winter meetings that those three Japanese stars, Tetsuya Mai being the one that I'm still hoping the Blue Jays find room for, because I think it's one of those sneaky moves that just keeps them good for a very long time. So that's what I'm hoping for is still, but the Blue Jays are clearly going to be looking for a bat. Do they officially sign Kyle Tucker during this winter meetings? Because that would be the cherry on top of everything going crazy well this offseason so far. And then you can play around and fill everything in, especially if you get Bo Bichette back, because that might be the one that goes, oh, they got Kyle Tucker now too. I'm going back to Toronto for Bo Bichette. We'll see. But Akamoto, I'm a little afraid of. I still don't. Out of the three Japanese stars, he scares me. I don't know why. There's something there that's not what I'm expecting. It's just kind of what it is. So, but what do I know? Not a Japanese baseball scout. But the Blue Jays still did do a very good job of recently recruiting. If you haven't seen those video clips of us talking about that on the Jaybird Watching podcast, or the wonderful fun that is on Twitter and everything, that one of the major boxing matches in Japan over the past couple of years, or weeks, I mean, actually had Blue Jay logos all over the ring. And apparently that was a no for advertising abroad, according to Major League Baseball. And I present the question, well, to find abroad then, is Canada Blue Jay logos everywhere technically abroad? Talk to me, baseball fans. What do you think? So on that note, very happy to have y'all. You greatly appreciate you. We're going to talk Blue Jays baseball here every morning. Make sure you check out the 500th episode of the Jaybird Watching podcast. We've had a great time with Travis Snyder, former Blue Jay outfielder to the point, and it was great. So enjoy those stories. Enjoy us fun right here, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Go Blue Jays.